going on, everyone? Anthony here with HD Toys, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we are reviewing the Walgreens exclusive Power Rangers Lightning Collection in Space Silver Ranger. Now, I know I just said this is a Walgreens exclusive, but you guys know how Hasbro does it. They do a certain amount onto their Hasbro Pulse website for order, just in case you guys don't have a Walgreens near you. They sold out as soon as they went live for like the non-premium members. It was up for about an hour for premium members, which I am. And I think as soon as it hit like 7:02, they sold out instantly once it opened to the open market. So once again, that's a good thing why you need Hasbro Pulse. You do get things a little bit earlier, so that is nice. This was not a pre-order. This was available for purchase. They charged me right away, and then they shipped out the very next day with my Venom Retro figure. If you guys follow my Instagram, you know I just got this in, but I figured since this is mainly a Power Rangers Lightning Collection channel, I go ahead and review this one first. So come back tomorrow if you want to see the retro carded Venom. But enough of that. As you can see here, this is your standard Power Rangers Lightning Collection box. You have the figure in the open window display, an artwork side profile, Power Rangers Lightning Collection in Space Silver. You have the Jay Leno looking head, more artwork on the side, Power Rangers in Space on this side, 3D rendering of the figure on the back. A full-size art scale of the figure or the Ranger itself, kind of like grayish silver at the top, Legally is at the bottom. Here is the barcode if you guys need that. Let me try to get that to focus there. I don't know if the Walgreens will help you scan this or not, but there you go. And for you people in Canada, you can also scan this too at your EB Games or GameStop. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and crack this guy open and see how cool he actually is. Alright, here we have the figure out of packaging in all its silver glory. It's a great looking figure, but as per the usual, before we get into the figure, what do you say we take a quick look at his accessories? Because for honestly a single pack or a single figure release, he does come with a good amount. So obviously you come with your standard hand accessories, so he comes with his two kind of grippy hands on him out of the packaging. You have your standard karate chop hand right there. You have your standard closed-fisted hand right there. And then you have his Super Silverizer in two different forms. They could have easily just made one that kind of pegs in there, or you know, maybe flip or something, I don't know. But they gave you two separate ones. You gave one in its normal form, and I guess one in its attack form. I really don't know. As I mentioned in my last video, I didn't follow In Space very much. So somebody I'm sure is going to let me know very kindly what mode this is in. And then for the effect piece, I believe this is a new one. I could be mistaken. I don't really keep track of these, but I believe this is a new one. So it's kind of cool. Not too bad. So you just kind of wrap it around there, and then you get that nice little effect piece. And then for the head sculpt, let's see if I can zoom in here a little bit. So I do know, like in the promotional shots and like the renderings online, he did look a lot like Jay Leno, and he still kind of does with this big old chin of his. But honestly, this is a good looking head sculpt, much better than the last one. You know what? Let me try. Yes, I have that out from the last review. So here he is next to the 2-pack release, and as you can see, it's a night and day difference. I honestly wouldn't even call this Zane anymore. Like, this is just some random character that they included. I don't know how they could have two such vastly different head sculpts so close to each other. And I know Hasbro is known for their re-releases of the head sculpts and then how they can get better, but I mean, for one figure to be found one day and then literally another one come out the exact same time frame to be this much different, it's just beyond me. But if you guys want to see what that looks like on the figure itself, here he is. Sorry, zoom back out. So there he is, unmasked in his Silver Ranger costume, looking really, really good. This is a very good head sculpt, honestly. You guys have to see it in person. And if you want to see it with the 2-pack release, for some reason, it won't go on. Anyways, but there he goes, giving you the mean mug. Not the greatest Zane head sculpt, honestly. You could probably easily just pass this off for like a different character if you wanted to, but I'm probably going to use this one most if I do decide to put it in. So as far as the helmet sculpt go, I guess this is technically an accessory. This one's a really good one. No paint mishaps on mine. So no paint mishaps on mine. It looking really good. Do kind of wish that this line was done a little bit better, filled in a little bit better. It looks kind of weird with this line going down the back. I know this is where they closed the mold and injected the plastic to make it one seamless piece, but mine wasn't done very well. But you don't really see it from the back too much. But other than that, it's a good looking head sculpt or helmet sculpt. No real paint mishaps. There you go. So that is enough of the accessories. Let's go ahead and jump into details. So as far as detailing go, he is done in like a, I guess you could say it's a pearlescent type of silver. Obviously, they weren't going to take a Ranger body figure and spray paint it the same silver they did the Psycho. That would just cost way too much money. But honestly, this pearlescent one looks pretty good. I'm not going to complain. It's a nice looking silver, much better than the golds they use for the Gold Rangers or the gold. So honestly, this is a nice gold right here on the figure itself for the triangle up here at the top. The chest border going across his chest. The green squares are painted in very cleanly on mine. You got the side straps right here that are painted in gold. The gold around here. I wish this is the gold they would use for the dragon shield. But overall, it's a very basic character. Same amount of details as the in-space figures, but just, you know, less colors since they don't represent all the colors going across. But a good-looking figure. I'm really digging this pearlescent silver. So I am going to give him a pass on this one for not painting it all silver, obviously. Otherwise, this price would have skyrocketed into the probably $26 range if they did that. But yeah, other than that, you know, you have the boots that are painted in right here at the top. You got the white plastic. This one is painted a little bit sloppily, like it kind of like goes up at an angle, so they didn't get the full paint on here. No real other mishaps going on. Back is painted up very nicely, even for this back triangle piece right there. So other than that, that is your Zane Silver Ranger. Really good looking figure, guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into articulation. So as far as articulation goes, you have your standard Power Rangers full 360 head rotation. We'll look up about that far, down about that much. You have shoulder joints. Raise his arms about that high. We'll do a full 360, upper bicep swivel, hinges at the shoulder, so you have the butterfly joints. We'll go back about that much, forward a decent amount, not too bad. I wish it did have a little bit more going forward. You still have the pinned double jointed elbows. Does not do a full one because of the glove. Does kind of hinder a little bit, but not too bad. 360 at the wrist, hinges in about that far, hinges out about that far, upper diaphragm torso, so we'll do a full 360 if need be. Lower ab crunch, we'll go down about that far. Sorry, my joints are really tight. You can hear the ratcheting on mine. To go back about that far. No lower waist swivel, ball jointed hips. Is this really all this one can do? So honestly, I think this is the worst figure I have for splits, because this one, I don't know if it's just mine in particular, but this is all it'll go. Pretty sad. We'll kick out about that far, kick back nothing, upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, still has the pins. Oh man, come on, there we go. Double jointed knees, we'll do a full bend, upper boot cuff swivel, ankle rockers, we'll go side to side, forwards, backwards, peg holes at the bottom. So your typical standard Power Rangers Lightning Collection articulation. No more, no less. Well, maybe a little less because of the gloves. But oh, and the splits. He doesn't do the splits very well. I don't know if it's just my figure in general that it's just not cut at the plastic very well, but he doesn't need to be doing the full splits anyways. So let's go ahead and jump into some size comparisons. Okay, so before I jump into the full size comparison, I just wanted to make a quick note about this weapon right here. It was kind of a pain to put on because it does have the full loop going around the weapon right here, it was kind of a pain to like put in and try to wrap it around his wrist. So what I would recommend is taking the hand out itself, porting it in, and then putting the figure or the weapon and the hand onto the figure itself. That'll probably be your best bet of getting it on. I mean, it wasn't difficult, but it was a little bit more of a hassle than I wanted to for a weapon. But anyways, here we have him next to the rest. Well, not the rest. There's still one missing. But here we have him next to the other in-space rangers that have been released thus far. So you have your first release, Ashley, going on right here. Then you have your second release, Andros. Then the third release, Carlos. And then the fourth release, TJ. So he stands in very well, and I cannot wait to get the remaining one. So please, please, GameStop, or anybody, hurry up, release the Pink Ranger so I can go ahead and finish this team off. So let's go ahead and move on to some other size comparisons. All right, and here we have him next to Astronema, his KO-35 buddy growing up, Andros' sister, spoiler alert if you weren't aware. So that is how he size compares next to her, and this is how he sizes next to the Silver Psycho Ranger that I just reviewed in the In Space 2-pack that was released. And as you can see here, the silver that's painted on the Silver In Space Psycho is so metallic-y. I mean, I do wish that this whole figure was painted in that color because it is a very nice silver indeed. But the pearlescent silver is done very nicely, so I can't complain either way. But if I had to choose one, I wish they would have just painted the whole figure this silver. Alright, so final thoughts on this figure. Is he a smash? Is he a pass? Obviously, I'm going to go with the 100% smash. Please get this as soon as you can. Obviously, it is sold out on Hasbro Pulse. As of this recording, it is not live on Walgreens just yet, but I will leave a link to where you can get them as soon as they do post it up. Hopefully, by the time I upload this video, he will have gone live. I mean, hard to say. It is such a great looking figure. Obviously, you know, with only one more figure out there, the In-Space team is going to be the next team to be completed. So, until the next time, guys, later.